Dear Spirit, I call in all of my guides and angels, guardians, protectors, all of my spirit team to help me bring through the most clear, accurate, precise message for Cancer New Moon Solar Eclipse on July 2nd, 2019 for all zodiac signs. TNOT. Hello, how is everyone? So first, I'd like to take a look at the chart for this solar eclipse new moon in Cancer on July 2nd, 2019. So this is what the chart looks like. As you can see, we have the sun and the moon together. The moon does come in front of the sun, blocking it out for this solar eclipse event. Now with the sun and the moon together in Cancer, this is aligning your soul desires, your actions, behaviors, and reasons, and the way that you interpret the reasons behind these actions and behaviors, aligning with the unconscious, the emotional self, how you feel, what makes you feel secure and nurtured. And what a better placement to have it in but Cancer, which is the motherly energy, nurturing and caring. This is all about our self-worth. This is all about putting our needs first, making sure that all of our needs are met, not just physically, but on a soul level as well. This is being our truest, most divine selves. This is living in our most divine truth. And this goes along with this theme of the South Node, Saturn and Pluto in Capricorn, which we have experienced all of this year. This is the letting go, the breaking down of the old which no longer serves you. This is releasing these old traditions and these old belief systems that are actually detrimental to your path, to where you are headed. You want to remove these old blockages and these old ways of thinking and believing and seeing things, which is very hard, very traditional, very structured, has boundaries, unhealthy boundaries, of course. Healthy boundaries are good, but this is an energy that is restrictive. This is old. This no longer serves us. So this is us releasing these old ways in order to move forward. And having Jupiter and Sagittarius with Neptune and Pisces, as we have had and experienced this energy all year, this is taking us to a higher state, a higher place in our lives. This is the evolving, this is the ascending to this area of higher consciousness, higher awareness. You have to be careful with this though, because this is also extremely high to the point where we are escaping reality. We are going into a fantasy. And so we have to ask ourselves if this expansion that we are trying to take on serves us or does not. And any illusions or fantasies do not serve us. Any spiritual development and growth does serve us. So we have to be very careful of how we are looking to expand ourselves. Now, with Mars and Mercury now in Leo, this is again adding to this path of being our true authentic selves. With Mars being our direction and Mercury giving us the information on how to be our true authentic selves. Leo being bold, being authentic, sharing that truth, adding that attention and focus to self. Who are we? How are we expressing ourselves? Is it true? Is it authentic? Or is it not? And this is a very exciting energy that is coming in with this solar eclipse. This is a portal or awakening or doorway for us to live in our truth, for us to be authentic, for us to focus on what our true needs and what our authentic selves are asking of us. So that was a look at the chart for this new moon solar eclipse in the sign of Cancer on July 2nd, 2019. Now I am going to do a horoscope for each zodiac sign. So starting with Aries. And if any of you are an Aries rising with Aries in your first house, this solar eclipse will be occurring in your fourth house of home and family. So this is looking at, especially for you, how you are nurturing yourselves and others by living in your true authentic self. So Aries. So for you comes up the Eight of Wands in reverse. Then we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. As well as the Six of Swords in reverse. And so we're looking at a blockage as far as an old path or journey that you have been on. This looks like you are still tied to the past, to what is comfortable, to what is stable, to what is traditional, to these old values and belief systems. And again, something that comes up with this new moon solar eclipse is this idea of stepping into something new that maybe you can't see, maybe you are unsure of, but yet you know in your heart that this is the right direction for you to move into. So releasing these old ways that no longer serve you. Releasing what is safe and comfortable. And moving forward into what you know is true and divine in your heart. And again, to clarify this, we see this again with you needing to release an old commitment or an old belief system, something old that you were stuck in, that you were committed to and dedicated to. A releasing of the past in order to move forward and to accept the abundance that is coming forward in the future. So that was for Aries. Now I will shuffle for the sign of Taurus. And if you are a Taurus rising with Taurus in your first house, this new moon solar eclipse will be happening in your third house of networking and learning and familiar surroundings. So dealing with learning something new, being open to a new experience in order to move into your true authentic self. So Taurus, we have the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Page of Swords as well. This is an awesome time for you. This is showing the universe, giving you the tools that you need. The universe is giving you the abundance, is giving you the success, everything that you have worked for this moment. And this feels like a pleasurable, exciting time for you. I feel like some of you are making some strong commitments. Maybe for some of you in relationships. I do see some marriages for some of you. I also see some abundance in finances. I see some happiness in the home for some of you. The universe is reaching out to you, giving you the gifts and the tools that you need at this time. And it is asking you to stand by your truth, to walk in your most authentic self, to speak your truth, to be your truth, to live in your truth. This is your time. Okay, so that was for Taurus. Now I will shuffle for the sign of Gemini. All right, so Gemini, we have the Ace of Swords in reverse, the Page of Swords in reverse, as well as the Star in reverse. And so I feel for a lot of you, feel discouraged at this time. It felt like towards the beginning of this month, a lot of you were happy, confident. You were coming out of a darker place. And you seemed very, very blessed. A lot of abundance coming in, a lot of good things happening for you. Now, some of you are feeling very lost and distraught. Some of you feel like giving up. Some of you feel like this is a difficult time at this moment, because it's almost like this luck or abundance is slowing down at this time. Feels like the universe isn't giving you much at this time. For some of you, it feels like you aren't living in your truth. You aren't being authentic. You're lacking confidence, the hope, the faith. Some of you feel as though you aren't as extraordinary as you thought you were. Some of you feel like success is not as close as you thought it was. Gemini, for a lot of you, the universe is asking you not to give up. The universe is asking you to keep believing, to keep trusting in your intuition. A lot of this abundance and this guidance and these blessings that came in really were there to boost your confidence, really were there to give you a goal to accomplish. And so in this lesson, it is not for you to give up. It is for you to continue on this path that you started. Continue to trust in your intuition, to trust that the best is yet to come. And it is calling for you to bring things in your life into alignment, into balance. It does feel like there needs to be more peace and harmony in your life. Much more peace and harmony. So a lot of you have to get some things straightened out. Meditate. Take some time to yourself. Bring things in your life into peace and alignment as they should be. And if you are a Gemini rising with Gemini in your first house, this new moon is happening in your second house of values and material possessions. So perhaps you need to change your values or change what it is that matters most to you physically. For some of you, this is about accepting new values and new things to love and put your time and energy into, for you to live in your most true and authentic self. Okay, so that was for Gemini. Now I will shuffle for the sign of Cancer, and if you are a Cancer rising with Cancer in your first house, this new moon solar eclipse is occurring in your first house of self. So this is all about you. This is personal to you and your self-image. So there is something new that has to happen for you in order for you to show up in your most true and authentic self. In order for you to show up with all of your needs as far as appearance and as far as self-image, all of those needs being met, something new has to occur in your life. So a lot of water came. So, first of all, this feels like a tower moment is ending for you. This moment of great change and chaos, a moment where you had to free yourself, a moment that you had to let go of, to move on from. This big tower moment is ending. And this is really asking you to take the time that you need, take the time out that you need to be in your own space. Because there is something in the past that you need to let go of. For a lot of you, you have old situations, old relationships, old belief systems, old environments, old fears, old self-defeating thoughts that you need to clear out of your life. And that comes with you needing to love and nurture yourself. This is showing a time where you need to dedicate your time and energy to yourself. Whether that is taking a break, being in a positive space, this is asking for self-love. So that was for Cancer. I will now move on to the sign Leo. And if you are a Leo rising, with Leo in your first house, this new moon solar eclipse will be moving through your 12th house of dreams and illusions. And so a lot of you will need to come up with a new vision, a new escape, a new spiritual journey in order to open this doorway. To being your most true and authentic self. Okay, Leo. So they're only asking for 2 cards for you. And we have the Tower and the Four of Wands. And so this is showing a moment of breakthrough in your life. This is showing up as you going through a big change or releasing something old. This big moment of really change and moving forward. And this leads you to a moment of celebration. This opens up this 1111 gateway for you. And so a lot of you, for this new moon solar eclipse, the energy that is coming in for you is going to be very, very positive. A lot of you are going to succeed, going to achieve something great. This is time for you to celebrate. This Tower moment is coming to an end, and it is time for you to celebrate your achievements. So that was for Leo. Now I will move on to the sign of Virgo. And Virgo, for those of you who are Virgo rising, with Virgo in the first house, this new moon solar eclipse will be moving through your 11th house of friends, groups, and organizations. And so a lot of you may need to be open to inviting different groups of people into your life to share with them your truth. So Virgo, for you, we have 5 cards that came up. Starting with the Page of Swords, followed by the Ace of Pentacles, then the Five of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups. And so and then the Ace of Swords. And so for you, this is asking for you to stand in your truth. This is asking you to speak your truth and to stand by your truth, to walk in your truth. And even if that means going against what others think or believe to be true about you. Making your own way, walking your own path, standing in your own truth. And look at this. The universe is backing you on this. The universe is offering you and giving you the tools of success. You are being guided and helped and shown the way on this brand new journey for you. So that was for Virgo. I will now move on to the sign Libra. And if you are a Libra rising with Libra in your first house, then this new moon solar eclipse will be moving through your 10th house, the midheaven, the place of status and career. And so for some of you, this will be dealing with a new hobby, a new interest, or even for some of you, a new job position, a new career, some of you taking on your own businesses. And so this new direction for you is opening up the doorway for you to live and walk in your truth, in your authenticity. And so we have the Fool in reverse, Judgment in reverse. We have the Three of Cups in reverse. And we have the Four of Wands in reverse. And so it feels as though a lot of you are unsure. You're unsure of your path. You're unsure of the direction that you're moving in. You are kind of stuck on this decision of where you are going. there is really a lack of following your inner child. A lot of you need to laugh or do something fun. You are very disconnected with this inner child within you. And a lot of you are unsure about the outcome, unsure about where this is going. Some of you are unsure of who to surround yourselves with, and unsure of if this will be successful for you. And so a lot of you need to get in touch with your inner child. You need to get in touch with that creativeness within you. You need to allow yourself to take a risk, to make a move, to go for it. Yeah, and it shows a lot of you still holding on to fear, still being uneasy. Some of you even trying to carry or take on too much. And yet this is showing that there will be this positive, successful moment. It does involve some turbulence. It does involve you to step outside of your comfort zone and to step into radical action. There is a feeling of great change and uneasiness with this move, but this move does bring you to a point of success. This does take you to a fresh, new place that is very positive, that is definitely moving you in to the right direction. And so that was for Libra. I will now move to the sign of Scorpio. And for those of you who are Scorpio rising, who have Scorpio in your first house, this new moon solar eclipse is passing through your 9th house, of philosophy and discovery. And so for some of you, you need to go on a journey. And for some of you, this is a physical journey. For some of you, it is a spiritual journey. This is going on a quest of discovery. And so for some of you, you need to find your truth. You need to find what it means to walk and be in your truth. And for a lot of you, there is someone who needs to be cut out. There is, for some of you, a lack of communication as far as a partner. We do see the king and queen. And it almost feels like for some of you that you need to cut out something that is old, that no longer serves you, to make room for something that is new. We see this King of Swords energy in reverse with the Queen of Swords here, accompanied by the King of Cups. And so there's an energy that is being cut out to welcome in a new energy. And for some of you, this is literally looking at relationship-wise. There is someone who needs to be cut out or removed. There is this feeling of needing a completion or an ending to take place in order for a new beginning to take place. So in order for some of you to live in your truth and to have the authentic and true experience of love that you are searching for, there is some energy that you are holding on to that no longer serves you. And it doesn't have to be relationship. This could be dealing with finance. This could be dealing with a group of people that you are around. There is an energy that is being cut out or removed, being replaced, being upgraded. So that was for Scorpio. I will now move to the sign of Sagittarius. And if you are a Sagittarius rising, with Sagittarius in your first house, this new moon solar eclipse will be moving through your 8th house of secrets and shared resources. And so there is something hidden something happening behind the scenes that needs to be accepted. There is something new occurring behind the scenes that is opening up a doorway for you. And so for a lot of you, the universe is doing things behind the scenes for you. So we have the Knight of Swords, the Hermit in reverse, and the Chariot in reverse. And so for a lot of you, I see you taking a new path, charging ahead for something new. Some of you are very, very excited for this new direction that you are moving in. And so for some of you, you do need to learn some patience. You do need to take it a little bit easy. You are charging ahead very, very fast. Now, for others of you, I will say that this new journey is cutting out fear. It is changing your course of direction in life. And it is something that is very, very beneficial to you on your journey, taking this new path that you are charging ahead towards. And this new path is removing old blockages. This is clearing the way for you. So a lot of you who are taking this new journey, you are cutting out an old path that was actually blocking the way for you. So a lot of you are moving in a very positive, beneficial direction in your lives. Okay, that was for Sagittarius. I will now move on to the sign of Capricorn. So if you are a Capricorn rising, Capricorn in your first house, this new moon solar eclipse is moving through your 7th house, the descendant, the house of relationships and dealing with others. And so some of you could be getting involved in new relationships. Others of you may be helping others live in their truth and their authenticity, helping to nurture and care for and to allow others to express their truth in a safe space with you in your relationships. And so not only does this house deal with romantic relationships, but also friendships, also your relationship with families. So Capricorn, we have the Emperor in reverse, the Ace of Swords, and the Five of Swords in reverse. And so a lot of you are not living in your truth. A lot of you are feeling powerless, feeling helpful, feeling not so much like yourself. There is a feeling of a lack of confidence, of self-worth, of living in your truth, of standing in your power. And yet this is in divine timing. This is in your overall success and accomplishment story of learning this lesson of having to stand in your truth. And this does put you in a situation where you will have to stand in your truth. You will have to stand in your own power, as you will feel left out, or you will feel pushed away, or others will disagree with you. Others will not see your way. And so there is this moment of having to stand in your own power and truth. And you do, Capricorn. A lot of you have to take charge, have to stand in your truth, have to take action, have to make things happen in your life on your terms, for your benefit, in your authenticity, regardless of what others may say or think or how they may react in regards to this situation, this moment in your life. So that was for Capricorn. I will now move on to the sign of Aquarius. And if you are an Aquarius rising, Aquarius in the first house, this will be moving through your sixth house of work and health. And so a lot of you may come upon a miracle. A lot of you may find yourselves in perfect health. A lot of you may be finding yourselves coming out of a situation where you were having health problems. A lot of you may even find yourselves coming up with new hobbies, new interests. Some of you may be coming up with new ways to do routines in your life. Maybe there were old routines or habits that did not serve you. And so you have these new habits to follow in your life that are more beneficial to you, that are more nurturing to your needs, that allow you to stand in your truth and authenticity. And for a lot of you, you have this goal, this dream, this vision, this plan. And in order to accomplish this, you need to trust in yourself, trust in your intuition, follow your gut. You know the truth, you have the answers, it is within you. It's not a secret, it's not something that you are unaware of. So follow that instinct, follow that intuition, follow that inner guidance. So that was for Aquarius. Now I will move on to the sign of Pisces. And for those of you who have Pisces rising, Pisces in your first house, this new moon solar eclipse is moving through your fifth house of children, pleasure, excitement, romance, creativity. And so a lot of you will find this time very fun and exciting for you. This will really be a time to have fun in expressing your truth and nurturing and caring for yourself, taking time to yourself, enjoying life. Hi, cool miss. How are you? So I have went through all of the signs except for Pisces. This will be for Pisces. So to catch any of the other signs, you can watch this on the replay. And again, Pisces, I feel like this is me time. This is time for you to do what is right and what is just for you. This is time for you to stand by your own truth and to be content in it. To know that all is okay. And this does show sort of this feeling of lack of achievement or celebration at the end of this. This is sort of leaving this to your own personal achievement that others aren't as aware of. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Yes, like I really see a lot of you, Pisces, not really needing to struggle or put a ton of work in at this time. This really feels like a relaxing time to just tap into that inner child, to really have fun and just enjoy yourself. So that was the Cancer new moon solar eclipse horoscope for all of the signs. Thank you so much for joining. If you enjoyed this, please leave a thumbs up. If you are new to this channel and you enjoyed this, please hit the subscribe button. And I hope you all have a great day.